Hello, it's Clo Digestive Show. Today I'm talking to my sisters, my daughters, and if you are watching as a parent, put this video so your daughter can watch and learn. Today we'll talk on how to prepare your female child for her first menstrual cycle. Many parents are avoiding these topics, and that is why I decided to talk on it, so you can take it and watch it with your daughter so she won't see menses as some kind of a witchcraft or some kind of a scary moment. When I was 16, I remembered my mom told me about menses, but she didn't evaluate much on that. So when I saw my menses, it was a day, I remembered it was a Saturday. I went for my Saturday classes. And I rushed back home crying on the bike and told my dad, blood is all over my body. What should I do? My dad, in that confusion, called my mom and said, please, wherever you are, come, our daughter needs you. He helped me and we washed out the blood, and he said, and my mother came in immediately. My dad said, no, we can't keep her at home. We have to take her to the hospital. Don't you see how painful, how she's going through a lot of pain? And I was really like confused. I myself, I was scared. We went to the hospital. I'm sure they gave me an injection. Maybe that could be paracetamol. And I felt like it's okay. And that was the end of the pain. So this video I'm bringing it out so that our daughters can watch and be enlightened, to remove that fear. Menses is something normal for every girl child, and it's very important for every girl child to go through her menstrual cycle each month. Menstrual cycle, we are going to first of all talk about the menstrual cycle. First, you have to understand the menstrual cycle. It provides important body chemicals called hormones, which keeps your body healthy. It also provides your body each month for pregnancy. Yes, pregnancy, I'm saying it. When you start seeing your menses, you have to be careful, because if you're not careful, if you meet with a man, you have sex with a man, you're going to be pregnant and you're going to have a baby just like mommy. So when you start seeing your menses, it means you can have a baby just like your mommy. You have to be careful. You don't have to have sex. You don't have to allow men to come closer to you, like touching your private parts, your vagina. Yes, my daughter, that is it. Also, a cycle, let's go back to the topic, okay? A cycle is counted from the first day of your period to the first day, or to the first day of your next period. The average menstrual cycle is 28 days. That is just the average. That means if you have 30, 31, 32, it is okay. But the average is 28 days. According to WHO, World Health Organization, they have found out that persons aged 10 to 19 years old is considered as an adult. And during this period of adulthood, these children experience a lot of physical, emotional, biological, psychological development that they themselves cannot understand. That is why us as parents have to do a lot of education on this. We have to educate them. Some are going to develop breasts, some are going to increase in size, some are going to have cramps on their stomach, some are going to have headache. You have to educate your kids, so when this thing starts happening, they don't get scared, but they get comfortable with the situation, knowing that it is normal for them to go through this. Menstruation is regulated by hormones. Once the lining of your uterus gradually thickens and sheds off, it causes bleeding. That flow, that menstrual flow, is because the lining of your uterus, once it's thickened, it sheds off each month, and you have that flow. So that flow is something good, okay, my daughter, okay, my dear sister, it's normal. That flow is very normal and it is okay. It means now you are a woman. a fertile woman. So gradually thickens and sheds off. It causes bleeding that normally lasts for 3 to 5 days and occasionally 7 days for some people. Your menses can flow for 3 to 5 days, and some people it could even last for 1 week or 1 week 1 day. It is also normal. It is abnormal when it becomes so heavy. Maybe you have your menses on the first day, the second day, the third day, and the fourth day is still very heavy. You should call the attention of your mom. She will know what to do, or you see a doctor if your mom is not available. Menses is okay for it to last for 7 days, but when it reaches the fifth day, and you see heavy flow, you should see a medical personnel so they know what advice or medications to give to you. Don't be scared. It is okay to see blood stain each month. It is very okay for blood to come out from your vagina each month, my dear daughter. Take it easy. Menstrual flow varies from persons to persons, from females to females. Maybe more or less of the beginning of the menses. At the beginning of your menses, you are going to experience that high flow, or at the end normally at the end of your menses you should experience less flow of your menses, just like I was saying. So when it is high at the end, you should seek medical attention. It could be a problem or a sign of something. Okay, it could even be your diet. All right, and then there is something before I forget. If you have high flow, if you're that lady that flows too much, let me say your menses starts every 12th of each month, always make it a habit to exercise. If you don't have the time to exercise, around the 9th of each month, exercise. By the time it is on the 12th, you will see that you're going to flow. Your body is warm, so you're going to flow for the first 2 days, 3 days, and the third day or the fourth day you feel the menses will be flowing just maybe small, and you feel lighter, and you won't have those inconveniences like menstrual cramps. The color of your menses could be red, it could be bright red, it could be dark brown to dark. Yes, those are the colors. So when you see those colors, you should be okay with them. Those are the colors of menses. If I could have one, I would have shown a picture so you feel more comfortable with the topic. I would like to even show you, or some of you have never seen a packet before. This is one, and let me show you a packet. This is a packet of a pat. You have so many kind of packets. You have this one as well. There's one they call Ami, and this is another one. You have so many of them. Some of you have never come across it. This is pad. You peel off this and you put it on your pants and you wear it. It is very comfortable. You have so many types, so many types. You always see these things. You peel it off and put it on your pants, and then you wear your pants. You put on your pants. It is very comfortable. Okay, so now I want you to know about menstrual hygiene and health management. It is a process to the access of menstrual hygiene products to absorb the flow of blood during menstruation, privacy to change the materials, and access to facilitate to dispose of used menstrual management materials. Your menstrual hygiene is very important. If you do not take care of yourself as a young girl, when you start seeing your menses, not only taking care, just like menstrual hygiene and health is saying, that you have is the access to the materials, that is pads, and some people use clothes. Is also access to disposal. How do you dispose these materials? I'm going to come to that. So when you start seeing your menses, there are some things you have to take note. You have to protect yourself. You have to clean yourself. That is how to manage your period hygiene. You have to clean yourself every 4 to 6 hours. That means you change your part. You remove the first one after 4 or 6 hours. You remove it and put the next one. You have to also wash yourself probably 2 times a day, in the morning and in the evening. You clean yourself in order to avoid odor. And then you don't have to use scented soap or vaginal hygiene products in order to clean yourself, because some of you, when you are going to see that blood, you will be scared, like it could be smelling, it could have an odor, or it could be irritating to you, because the first time is normally not going to be comfortable. You'll be tempted to use soap to wash it, like you want to clean it up. It is not healthy for your V. So in order not to infect yourself, in order not to spoil the natural environment in your vagina, please avoid using soap. Use just clean water to clean yourself, okay? You will be okay. Make sure you clean yourself frequently, at least twice a day. If you can do it thrice, it is the best for you. Discard your sanitary napkins properly. You have to take your used part and put it into the toilet and flush it. You're going to cause blockage. Okay, you could wrap your parts, your used parts, you wrap it, put it in the wrapper and throw it with other trash from the kitchen, wherever you put your dirty things. You join them together and you dispose them. And if you have a pit toilet, you could dispose them, but don't put them on your water system. Okay, and then I would also like to emphasize on the importance of the hygiene. There are many women today that cannot have a child. It is not because they had a careless life or whatever. It could just because they were not that careful. Negligence. Nobody was there to educate them on this topic. You had to use your parts. For those who were using clothes, you were not even sterilizing the clothes, because for those who cannot afford the parts, will normally use clothes, tear clothes and use them. And when you are using clothes, make sure you wash them with warm water, hot water, and you dry them under the sun, so that in case of any disease, you will kill it. And if you have an iron, you pass it on the cloth in order to make sure that everything is okay before you put it on. Your hygiene has to be perfect when using cloth, and even when using the pad, you have to make sure you change it in order to avoid vaginal urinary tract infections. Most people have urinary tract infections because of poor hygiene, and when you don't treat them, it affects the woman's uterus, and tomorrow you start seeing her unable to conceive, to have a child. So my dear sisters, my daughters, my friends, hope this video has enlightened you on what menstrual cycle is all about. On the comment section, if you have a question, you can always text me, and I promised you Auntie Chloe will give you an answer. Stay blessed. I love you all.